Hi, I'm Melissa with Serenade Soaps, and I'm also a member of the exclusive Red Beta Club of Essential Depot based out of Sebring, Florida. Essential Depot makes wonderful products for soapers all over the world, and they have asked certain soapers, select experienced soapers, to test certain products of theirs. And right now, they've asked me to test their wonderful mold here that makes perfectly round 1-inch soaps. So specifically, they want to know what's the best way of unmolding soap. Once you've poured your soap in and you've let it sit overnight and firm up, and you've got to go ahead and get the soap out of the mold. They've asked the soapers, the beta team, to go ahead and determine the best method to unmold the soap. So what I've done is I've used palm oil, and I decided to treat this kind of like a cookie sheet. Okay, if you had a cookie sheet that needed to take and be greased so that the cookies came off very easily, you would use a shortening or something of that nature. So the first time I used this mold, I used palm oil, just like what we soap with, and I lined it on the inside and found that it released fairly easily. However, I wasn't quite satisfied. Wanted to improve the release of the soap, so I went out and I purchased some Crisco, and I lined my mold with Crisco, and we're going to see how that works. Since this is not really a soap making video, I'm not going to go over the details of how to make soap. I'm going to show you, I'm going to do an in the pot swirl and make a pretty apple soap for one of my clients down in the Niceville area, and have some fun just making soap. But we're not going to go over the step-by-step process of how to make soap. So I've already heated my oils up, and they are ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and put on my gloves so that when I mix my lye with my oils, we'll be ready to go. Make sure whenever you make soap, always keep your notebook handy. I have a notebook right here where I keep all of my notes. It's a very simple notebook, okay? This helps you with good manufacturing processes. You want to make sure that as you make your soap, if you made any changes from the recipe, any deviations, or something didn't act quite right, make sure you take a moment to write a note about that, so in the future, when you go back to duplicate that exact batch, you can do so with success. Okay, so right now I've got my sodium hydroxide right here, and we're just going to go ahead and add that right on in, and grab my stick blender. Get that ready to go. And we're just going to add okay, I'm going to hit the stick blender, pardon the noise for just a minute. And we're just going to bring this to a light trace. And this is just a simple soap with just with 3 basic oils. And I almost have it right where I want it. Just a moment longer. And when my soap pours, you'll see it looks a little yellow, but it cures almost completely white, which is what I love. Okay, I'm going to pour off just a little bit of the soap to mix with my colorant. Pour it into my prep bowl over here. I have a 3-cup prep bowl. And that's great because it has measurements on it. And I'm going to pour in about 2 cups. And I'm going to use my whisk. And I'm just going to blend the colors. I had pre-mixed the oils earlier. Just a little bit of sweet almond oil in with my colorant. I'm going to go ahead and just hit this a little bit firmer. Done. And we're going to go ahead and pour this on in.
Hold on.
Next we're going to add in our fragrance, and we're just going to add this in very quickly. I just lots of times just simply stir that in. Especially if I'm at a trace where I want to be. And I am. Knock that off real quick. I'm going to move this right on back here. Now we're going to pour our colorant in a few different spots. And I should have probably used a small batter bowl to do this with. That's okay. We're just going to put this right over here. And we're going to take our skinny scraper here and we're just going to come in and we're going to come around once, twice, and we're going to come in this way and that way. And now I'm going to pour. And I'm going to have my assistant come on over here, my son Justin, and we're going to pour right into the mold right here that we're testing. And actually he's going to pick it up and pour it. I'm going to tell you when to stop. So go ahead and pour on in for me. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Stop. And now I'm going to take it and I'll go ahead and pour into here real quick.
Ready?
Thank you, Justin. And I went ahead and purposely wanted to make a little bit extra. And I'm pouring this into Essentially Depot's other wonderful mold right here. I'm going to go ahead and scrape this out. They have wonderful silicone molds that can stack. You can get lots of soap made at many different times very easily. And we're just going to put this on over here. And I'm just going to put this on top. Bit here. Don't want to waste our soap. And now we're just going to come on in and we're just going to go just like this. Alright, and here you go. Now we've got our soap in the mold. We're going to go ahead, after it cools a little bit, put our cap on it. But I want the heat to go ahead and have an opportunity to rise on up and out. But I don't have to worry about my mold tipping over or anything else, like if you used a traditional PVC or some Pringles can or something of that nature. I've never used Pringle cans, but I know several people who have. And I'm going to make some notes about how my volume was in my notebook. And while we sit back in and wait for the soap to cure, overnight, we're going to go ahead and have a cup of tea. I'll see you tomorrow to cut the soap. Hi, I'm Melissa, and thank you again for joining me on day 2 of our test of the Essential Depot round silicone mold, soap mold. Our challenge has been obviously to find a way to unmold our soap easily. I do cold process soap. I don't do hot process. I don't do oven process. There's lots of different options. I do cold process. I also do a large volume. So I don't have time to wait 24 or 48 hours or 72 hours for soap to get very hard in the mold before I unmold it so I can fill it again with more soap. So this has only been about 12 hours later. We soaped last night and it's now the next day in the morning. And from past experiences, one of the ways that I unmold soap from a round mold is, believe it or not, I always like to just use things I have around the household. I don't want to have somebody make something special. I don't want to have to buy something additional. So I just use our standard canning lids and different spices, and I find that the Tastefully Simple, believe it or not, no I don't sell it, but works very well. It gives a very good coverage of the top there. So I'm going to, I just took the lid off and we're just going to pop the bottom off. And I've seen some people say that they, my one girlfriend said you need to roll it or something to break the seal. Well, the seal's broken. There's no seal on this, okay, at all, because the ends are open. And I did on the first soap that I made, remember I told you I unmold after 12 hours. I did roll it and I ended up with oblong soap. I don't want oblong soap, I want round soap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on and I'm going to give it a push just to see if this will start to come out. If not, I'm going to start pressing down with my spices. So we're just going to pop this out, and I had lined this with Crisco. Look at that. Hot dog. Look at that. I did not expect that. You talk about easy, 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 easy. We're just going to pull this right off. We're going to open this up. A wonderful Essential Depot soap mold cutter. And my soap's a little bit softer. We're just going to straddle it so I get the maximum number of bars here. And I'm going to go right there. And look at this, one hand. How easy is that? I'm telling you what. And I have beautiful soap, and it's pretty soft still. We're okay with that. It's just an end piece. And we have beautiful soap that we can just come around, and I might go ahead and firm up my soap mold a little bit, or my soap recipe a little bit, and let it sit a little bit longer if need be. But we're just going to go ahead and cut our soap, put it right on over here. Look at that. And just put our different bars right on over here. And say thank you to Essential Depot for producing a wonderful product that's a snap to use. Check that out. Easy as can be. No special gadgets. I didn't need anything. I didn't even need my spices, and I didn't need any muscle. So if you have arthritis, this is the mold for you. Check them out, essentialdepot.com, and I look forward to bringing you more videos. Thank you so much and have a great day. Wait, there's more! I couldn't resist. I did forget to mention the Alabama Soap or Candle Association. It is a wonderful association, and I hope that you will consider joining. We have an annual conference every June, the second weekend of June, that meets in Prattville, Alabama. Essential Depot has been a sponsoring vendor of that event for several years now. They drive all the way up from Sebring, and they provide free shipping on pre-buys that you buy prior to the conference. And so this year, I ended up saving $94 thanks to their pre-buy and free shipping. The Alabama Soapers Conference is not open to just Alabama Soapers. It is open nationwide. If you live in Florida like I do, or Georgia, or Mississippi, or Louisiana, or Kentucky, or Louisiana, come on over and join us the second weekend of June, because we're a wonderful group of ladies and men, wonderful group of soapers, and we bring in teachers from all over the nation that share their tips on how to make your product the best. Hope to see you next June.